Have you ever wondered where true power resides? Is it in the booming voice that commands attention, or in the silent, unwavering presence that needs no introduction? The world often mistakes noise for strength, but the most profound energy is the one that is felt long before it is heard. Silent presence, powerful Stoic energy, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lesson 1. Cultivate stillness amid inner chaos. Imagine a deep, serene lake, its surface so placid it perfectly mirrors the sky above. Now, imagine a storm erupting not in the sky, but within the water itself, turning it into a chaotic frenzy from which no clear reflection can emerge. This is the state of the undisciplined mind, a constant inner turmoil that obscures clarity and drains our vital energy. You know this feeling well. It is the relentless pull of 1,000 different thoughts, the anxieties about the future, the regrets about the past, and the endless distractions of the present moment. This inner chaos is a battleground where focus is lost and peace becomes an unattainable dream. The problem is not the existence of these thoughts, but our enslavement to them. We react to every internal ripple, allowing our emotions to be dictated by fleeting worries and impulses, leaving us feeling scattered, overwhelmed, and powerless to command our own inner world. The transformative solution is not to fight the chaos, but to cultivate a space of stillness within it. This is the practice of building an internal sanctuary, a quiet center that remains untouched by the storms raging at the periphery. The core idea behind this practice is that stillness is not an empty void, but a state of profound awareness and control. It is from this place of quiet observation that we can begin to see our thoughts for what they are: temporary events passing through our consciousness, not absolute truths that define us. Gently embracing this wisdom, we understand that this is not a modern trick, but an ancient art of the soul, a way to reclaim the sovereignty of your own mind. By nurturing this inner silence, you create a buffer between yourself and the chaotic world, allowing you to act with intention rather than react with impulse. The path to this inner sanctuary is paved with simple, deliberate actions. Begin by dedicating a few minutes each day to sit in absolute silence. Your only task is to focus on your breath, feeling the air enter and leave your body. As thoughts inevitably arise, do not struggle with them or judge yourself for having them. Simply observe them as you would observe clouds passing in the sky, acknowledging their presence without attaching to their story, and then gently guide your attention back to your breath. This is not a battle to empty your mind, but a gentle practice in non-attachment. It is the training of your attention, teaching it to rest in the present moment instead of being dragged away by mental currents. The benefits of this practice will begin to permeate every aspect of your life. As you cultivate this inner stillness, you will notice a newfound clarity in your thinking. Decisions that once seemed overwhelming will become simpler. You will find yourself less susceptible to emotional triggers, your responses more measured and thoughtful. This inner quietude becomes a wellspring of strength, a reservoir of calm you can draw upon at any moment, no matter the external circumstances. You will begin to carry this stillness with you, a silent presence that others can feel. Now is the moment to begin. Do not wait for a perfect time or a quiet place. For the next 5 minutes after this lesson, simply sit and be. Observe your inner world without judgment. This is the first step on a lifelong journey of mastering your inner chaos and discovering the unshakable peace that lies within. Having planted the seed of stillness within, we can now turn our attention to how this inner state influences our interactions with the world. In our next lesson, we will explore how to use this newfound calm to master our outward reactions, transforming how others perceive and respond to us. Before we continue, take a moment to support our journey together by subscribing to the Stoic Power channel so you never miss a step in building your inner fortress. Lesson 2. Control reactions. Command respect. Picture a great oak tree standing resolute in a fierce storm. The wind howls and the rain lashes against it, yet the tree does not fight the storm. It flexes with the wind, its deep roots holding it firm. It remains what it is, an oak. Now, picture a person who explodes in anger at a slight insult or crumples in despair at a minor setback. This is the inner conflict that robs us of our dignity, the reflexive, uncontrolled reaction to external events. We have all felt that hot surge of anger when provoked, the sting of hurt from a careless word, or the knee-jerk defensiveness that arises from criticism. The core problem is that in these moments of uncontrolled reaction, we are willingly handing over our own power. We allow another person's words or actions to become the master of our emotional state, giving them the key to our inner peace. This habit of reactivity makes us predictable, vulnerable, and ultimately, less respected. The solution lies in mastering the sacred space that exists between stimulus and response. This is where true freedom is found. It is the conscious, deliberate choice to pause, to breathe, and to select a response that aligns with our values and our purpose, rather than one dictated by raw emotion. The foundational idea here is that no person or event can make you feel anything without your consent. This ancient Stoic wisdom is not about suppressing emotion, but about understanding its origin within our own judgments. When you choose your reaction, you are no longer a puppet of circumstance, but the calm commander of your own soul. This shift transforms you from a victim of the world to a student of it, finding lessons in insults and opportunities in obstacles. To forge this unshakable composure, you must practice a few deliberate steps. The first and most powerful tool is the conscious pause. The next time you feel provoked, whether by an email, a comment, or an event, commit to doing nothing for 3 full seconds. Inhale deeply, and in that space, the storm of initial emotion will begin to pass, allowing your rational mind to come online. The second step is to reframe the event. Instead of thinking, "This person insulted me," try thinking, "This person has offered their opinion." This simple shift in language strips the event of its emotional charge and allows you to analyze it objectively. Is there truth in their words? Is it merely a reflection of their own struggles? By seeing the event as information rather than an attack, you remain in control. As you integrate this practice into your daily life, the transformations will be profound. You will find that people begin to treat you with a newfound respect. Your calmness in the face of provocation will be seen as a sign of immense strength and self-control. You will conserve vast amounts of mental and emotional energy that were previously wasted on pointless arguments and hurt feelings. Most importantly, you will cultivate an inner peace that cannot be disturbed by the unpredictable actions of others. You will walk through the world with the quiet confidence of the oak tree, secure in your own foundation. Your challenge, starting today, is to watch for a single opportunity to practice the pause. When it comes, honor your commitment to yourself. In that small moment of deliberate calm, you will feel the immense power you truly hold. By mastering our reactions, we build a fortress around our inner peace. But to make that fortress truly impenetrable, we must learn to filter the noise of the external world. In the next lesson, we will discover how to detach from the relentless chaos of modern life and anchor ourselves firmly within. Let us know in the comments how you practice the pause in your own life, as your experience may inspire others on this path. Lesson 3. Detach from noise. Anchor within. Imagine a lighthouse standing on a rocky shore, battered by the relentless crash of waves and the roar of the wind. The lighthouse does not try to silence the ocean. Its purpose is to remain anchored to its foundation and cast its light, providing a fixed point of guidance in the chaos. This is the challenge we face today. We live in an age of deafening noise, a constant barrage of social media updates, breaking news alerts, and the unending stream of others' opinions. This relentless external stimulation creates an inner conflict where we feel adrift, our attention fragmented, and our sense of self eroded by the turbulent sea of information. The fundamental problem is that when we are constantly reacting to this external noise, we lose connection with our own inner signal. We begin to value the validation of strangers over our own principles, and our life's direction is dictated by fleeting trends rather than a firm, internal purpose. The solution is to consciously detach from the noise and to forge a powerful anchor within. This does not mean living in isolation, but rather becoming the deliberate curator of your own attention. It is about choosing what you allow into your mind and what you engage with, based on your own defined values. The core principle of this practice is that your inner world is more important than the outer world. True strength and direction come not from keeping up with everything, but from being deeply connected to the few things that truly matter. This ancient wisdom teaches us that a mind cluttered with the trivial anxieties and opinions of the world has no room for deep thought or purpose. By detaching, you are not becoming indifferent. You are declaring that your peace and your focus are too valuable to be given away indiscriminately. Building this inner anchor requires deliberate and consistent action. First, you must conduct an audit of your information diet. For 1 week, pay close attention to what you read, watch, and listen to. Which sources leave you feeling anxious and drained, and which leave you feeling informed and inspired. Unapologetically prune the sources that create noise. Unfollow, unsubscribe, or simply turn them off. The second step is to define your inner principles. Take time to write down the core values that you want to live by, such as integrity, compassion, or courage. These principles become your anchor. When faced with a decision or an external opinion, you can measure it against your anchor. Does this align with who I want to be? This question becomes your compass, far more reliable than the shifting winds of public opinion. The benefits of this intentional detachment are life-altering. As you filter out the noise, you will experience a profound sense of mental clarity. Your anxiety will lessen as you stop carrying the weight of the world's endless dramas. You will rediscover the ability to think deeply and creatively, and your sense of purpose will become sharper and more defined. You will no longer feel like a ship tossed on the waves, but like the lighthouse, secure in your foundation and clear in your purpose. Your practice for this lesson is to choose one source of noise in your life and consciously disengage from it for the next 3 days. Whether it's a specific app on your phone or a particular news program, create a space of silence and observe the clarity that begins to fill it. With a mind anchored in purpose and detached from noise, we are better prepared to face the inevitable hardships of life. However, facing hardship requires more than just a calm mind. It requires a resilient spirit. In our next lesson, we will explore how to embrace discomfort willingly and without complaint, forging a spirit that cannot be broken. If this message resonates with you, share this video with someone who might need to find their own anchor in the storm. Lesson 4. Embrace discomfort without complaints. Consider the blacksmith who thrusts a piece of raw iron into the heart of the forge. The fire is brutally hot and the hammering is violent, but it is this intense, voluntary discomfort that transforms a shapeless lump into a strong, sharp, and useful sword. This is the metaphor for our own growth. Within each of us lies a deep, instinctual desire for comfort, a pull towards the easy path. This creates a fundamental inner conflict. Our desire for growth and strength is often at odds with our aversion to the very process that creates it. The problem is that a life lived in constant pursuit of comfort is a life of stagnation. By avoiding all forms of hardship, our resilience atrophies, our spirit softens, and we become fragile, easily broken by the inevitable challenges that life presents. Complaining about hardship becomes a habit, a way of signaling our displeasure without taking any action to overcome it. The transformative solution is to learn to embrace discomfort voluntarily and to endure it without complaint. This means actively seeking out challenges that push you beyond your current limits, not as a form of punishment, but as a deliberate training exercise for your soul. The core idea, central to Stoic philosophy, is that we do not grow when things are easy. We grow when we face adversity. Discomfort is the price of admission for a stronger, more capable, and more resilient self. By willingly stepping into the fire, you are teaching your mind and body that you are capable of enduring far more than you believe. You are stripping hardship of its power over you, turning it from a dreaded enemy into a valued teacher. You can begin to forge this resilient spirit through clear, actionable steps. Start by introducing small, voluntary hardships into your daily routine. This could be taking a cold shower for the last 30 seconds, choosing the stairs instead of the elevator, or exercising when you feel tired. The specific action matters less than the intention behind it. You are choosing a harder path to build your strength. The second, and equally important step, is to eliminate complaints. When you undertake these challenges, or when life presents you with an involuntary one, make a conscious effort to face it in silence. Instead of voicing your discomfort, focus your mental energy entirely on the task at hand. This practice severs the link between hardship and suffering, allowing you to endure the former without creating the latter. The rewards of embracing discomfort are immense and lasting. You will develop a deep and unshakable confidence in your own ability to handle whatever life throws your way. Your tolerance for stress will increase dramatically, and things that once seemed overwhelming will feel manageable. People will be drawn to your quiet strength and your ability to remain steadfast when others falter. You will replace the fragile identity of someone who needs comfort with the powerful identity of someone who creates their own strength. Your immediate call to action is to choose one small, manageable discomfort and practice it every day for the next week. Whether it's waking up 15 minutes earlier or forgoing a small daily luxury, commit to it fully, and most importantly, without a single complaint. This inner fortitude, forged in the fires of voluntary hardship, does not need to be announced to the world. It emanates from you naturally. In the next lesson, we will explore how this quiet strength projects itself, allowing you to command presence and respect without ever raising your voice. We appreciate you being a part of the Stoic Power community. Your engagement helps us grow, so please like the video if you're finding value in this journey. Lesson 5. Project strength without raising voice. Imagine the deep ocean. Its power is not in the crashing waves on the surface, but in the immense, silent pressure of its depths. It is a force that is felt, not heard. This is the nature of true strength. So often, we are confronted with the inner conflict of wanting to be heard and respected, and believing that the only way to achieve this is by being loud, assertive, or even aggressive. The common problem is that we mistake volume for authority and force for power. A raised voice is often a signal of lost control, a desperate attempt to impose one's will when genuine influence has failed. This approach may yield temporary compliance, but it never commands true, lasting respect. It creates an atmosphere of tension and resistance, betraying an inner insecurity rather than projecting genuine strength. The transformative solution is to learn to project strength through unwavering composure and an economy of presence. It is the art of letting your silence speak louder than other people's words. The core principle behind this is that authentic power is not taken, but given. It is granted by others to those who demonstrate profound self-mastery. Your calmness in a heated moment, your deliberate and thoughtful speech, and your steady, confident posture communicate your strength far more effectively than any outburst ever could. This quiet confidence creates a gravitational pull, drawing others in and making them want to listen. It is a form of energy that is deeply felt, communicating that you are anchored, in control, and unthreatened by the chaos around you. You can cultivate this silent power through deliberate, focused practice. The first step is to master the art of speaking with intention. Before you speak, ask yourself if your words are necessary and if they will add value. Choose your words carefully and deliver them in a calm, measured tone. This practice eliminates nervous chatter and ensures that when you do speak, your words carry weight. The second step is to become comfortable with silence. In conversations, do not rush to fill every pause. Use moments of silence to listen more deeply and to gather your thoughts. This demonstrates confidence and control, subtly shifting the dynamic of the interaction. Finally, pay attention to your physical presence. Maintain an upright but relaxed posture, make steady eye contact, and avoid fidgeting. Your body language should communicate a state of calm alertness. By practicing this quiet strength, you will fundamentally change how you are perceived. You will find that people interrupt you less and listen more intently when you speak. You will gain a reputation as someone who is thoughtful, wise, and unflappable. In negotiations and disagreements, your composure will give you a significant advantage, as others will be disarmed by your refusal to be drawn into emotional reactivity. You will conserve your energy, no longer needing to exhaust yourself through forceful expression. Your challenge for this lesson is to enter your next important conversation with the sole intention of listening more than you speak. Observe the effect that your deliberate silence and focused attention have on the other person and on the outcome of the dialogue. This powerful, quiet presence is not an act. It is the natural byproduct of a disciplined inner world. To make this strength a permanent part of your character, you must build its foundation. In our next lesson, we will delve into the master key of all personal growth, the art of mastering your presence through unshakable self-discipline. Please share your thoughts in the comments below on how you've seen quiet strength make an impact in your life. Lesson 6. Master presence through self-discipline. Think of an archer standing motionless, their entire being focused on a single distant target. Their breath is controlled, their muscles are steady, and their mind is clear of all distractions. The power of their shot is born not in the moment the arrow is released, but in the thousands of hours of disciplined practice that came before. This is the essence of a mastered presence. The inner conflict we all face is the gap between the person we want to be and the person we are in our moments of weakness. We know we should exercise, work on our goals, or control our temper, but we so often succumb to the path of least resistance. The problem is that a lack of self-discipline erodes our most crucial relationship, the one we have with ourselves. Every broken promise, no matter how small, chips away at our self-trust, leaving us feeling weak, unreliable, and incapable of directing our own lives. The transformative solution is to forge an iron will through the power of daily, non-negotiable self-discipline. This is not about harsh self-punishment, but about the profound respect you show yourself by honoring your own commitments. The core idea is that self-discipline is the foundational virtue upon which all others are built. It is the engine of personal growth and the source of all genuine self-confidence. Confidence is not a feeling you wait for. It is the result you earn by consistently doing the things you said you would do. This ancient path of the warrior and the sage teaches that by mastering your own will, you gain mastery over your life's direction, becoming the deliberate creator of your reality rather than a passive observer. Building this unbreakable self-discipline begins with small, consistent actions that build trust with yourself. The first step is to choose one, and only one, significant daily habit that you will commit to, no matter what. It could be waking up at a specific time, reading 10 pages of a book, or meditating for 5 minutes. The task itself is less important than the act of keeping the promise. This is your non-negotiable. The second step is to build a ritual around this discipline. If your goal is to write every morning, lay out your notebook and pen the night before. This removes friction and signals to your mind that the commitment is serious. Do not rely on motivation. Rely on the system you have built. As you prove to yourself that you can keep this one promise, you can slowly and deliberately add others. The benefits of this path are nothing short of life-changing. As you build this chain of kept promises, you will forge an unshakable sense of self-trust. The voice of self-doubt will quiet, replaced by the calm certainty that you are a person who follows through. This discipline will spill over into every area of your life, improving your health, your relationships, and your work. You will radiate an aura of presence and reliability that others will naturally respect and trust. You are no longer the archer who hopes to hit the target. You are the archer who knows they will, because the discipline of their practice has made it so. Your call to action is simple but powerful. Pick your one non-negotiable promise for the next 7 days. Keep it, and at the end of the week, reflect on the feeling of integrity and power that comes from honoring your word to yourself. A presence forged in self-discipline does not need to announce itself. It has a natural and profound effect on the world around it. This leads us to our final and most subtle lesson. In our next session, we will explore how to use this mastered presence to influence quietly and impact the world deeply without force or demand. Subscribe to Stoic Power to complete this journey and unlock your full potential. Lesson 7. Influence. Quietly, impact deeply. Imagine the steady, gentle flow of a river. It does not demand that the rocks move out of its way. It does not shout at the canyon walls. It simply flows, consistent and persistent, and over time, its quiet, unrelenting presence carves the very landscape of the earth. This is the highest form of influence. We often find ourselves in a state of inner conflict when we want to help or change others. We see a loved one making a poor decision or a colleague heading down the wrong path, and our instinct is to intervene directly with advice, arguments, or demands. The problem with this approach is that direct pressure almost always creates resistance. People brace themselves against force, and our well-intentioned efforts often backfire, creating resentment instead of change. We end up frustrated, and the very people we wish to help become more entrenched in their positions. The transformative solution is to learn to influence through the silent, powerful force of your own example. It is the understanding that the greatest gift you can give to the world is the mastery of yourself. The core principle at work here is that humans learn most profoundly through observation and inspiration, not through instruction. When you embody the virtues you wish to see in others, when you are the island of calm in a sea of panic, the voice of reason in a storm of gossip, the example of discipline in a culture of distraction, you become a living lesson. Your actions become a quiet sermon, far more persuasive than any words you could speak. This is the subtle art of leading from behind, of impacting the world by first mastering your own. To become this quiet force of positive change, your practice must be focused inward, not outward. The first step is to abandon the desire to control or fix other people. Release them from the burden of your expectations. Your energy must be redirected entirely toward your own conduct. Focus on living your principles with unwavering consistency. Be the person you claim to be, especially when no one is watching. The second step is to offer support instead of solutions. When someone is struggling, listen deeply. Ask questions that help them find their own clarity rather than providing them with your answers. Your stable presence and genuine empathy will be a far greater catalyst for their growth than any unsolicited advice. The impact you will have by adopting this path is both profound and enduring. You will find that the people in your life slowly begin to change, not because you told them to, but because your example has illuminated a better way. You will build relationships based on deep trust and mutual respect. You will become a source of stability and inspiration for your family, your friends, and your colleagues. Your legacy will not be written in the arguments you won, but in the positive changes you quietly inspired in the lives of others. Your final practice is to identify one person or situation you have been trying to change. For the next week, release your efforts to change them. Instead, focus all that energy on being the most impeccable example of the virtue you wish they would adopt. Watch what happens when you change the input from pressure to inspiration. You have journeyed through 7 lessons, from cultivating inner stillness to impacting the world through your quiet presence. This path teaches that true power is not loud, but deep. It is forged in discipline and expressed through calm integrity. Carry this wisdom with you as you continue your journey. Thank you for investing your time with Stoic Power today. If these lessons have resonated with you, please like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel to continue building your unshakable inner strength.